Welcome to Yumna Magic World!
This is the story of the lofty valleys of Quires, where the clouds touch the earth. In an ancient palace, there lived Princess Sarish, whose beauty made even the moon burn with jealousy. Sarish had everything: silken beds, piles of diamonds and jewels, and thousands of maids. Yet there was a strange emptiness in her eyes.
How lucky is this fairy who is flying in the sky?
The princess felt her land like chains. Being human felt like a prison, and becoming a fairy was a dream. This longing, this obsession, pulled her toward a night that was about to become the last peaceful night of her life. It was said that deep inside the forest, where even sunlight entered trembling, lived Queen Neelam. She was the leader of the fairies, one who could make the impossible possible. But the price of her magic was always deadly. It was midnight, a time when even silence screams. Princess Sarish removed her royal dress and covered herself with a black cloak. The guards were asleep, or perhaps fate had put them to sleep, for destruction needed a path to enter. When the princess's bare feet touched the cold grass, the winds tried to stop her, but she had become deaf to everything. The path to the forest was covered with thorns and poisonous vines. But her desire to fly had numbed her to all pain. When she finally reached the mouth of an ancient cave, an odd blue light was floating in the air. There, on a floating throne, sat Queen Neelam, whose wings shone like shards of a carved diamond.
Please make my wings capable of flying.
Princess, breaking the laws of nature leads to frightening consequences.
This is the cup of flight. Whoever drinks it sheds the weight of the earth forever, but in return, they must...
Think carefully, O foolish girl. There is no way back.
Sarish's hand trembled, but her fingers held the bowl tightly. The moment the first drop slid down her throat, she felt as if a river of fire burst through her body. She wanted to scream, but the sound died in her throat because the magic had stolen her voice first. Queen Neelam silently watched the spectacle, for the bargain was complete. The choice had been made. Suddenly, Sarish's body began to rise into the air. The pull of the earth was abandoning her. When she was completely suspended, she looked down to see her human footprints disappearing. Now she could fly, she could touch the clouds, but she could no longer cry, for fairies do not cry. She passed over the palace, looked down upon her sleeping city, but she no longer felt any belonging to those people. The human inside her had died, and what remained was only a beautiful shell that the world would now call a fairy.
The story is not over yet. Something more will happen with the princess in the morning.
As soon as the first ray of the sun touched her new shining wings, she felt a sharp burning sensation. The princess looked down. Her palace now appeared like a tiny toy. She tried to return to her garden below, but the earth had refused to accept her anymore. Then she understood the queen's silent, poisonous smile. The price of wings was not freedom, but homelessness. She flew near the palace window, where her old father was crying while looking at her empty bed. Zerees tried to scream, but only the whisper of air came out of her throat. The most terrifying moment came when the king looked up. He did not see his daughter. He only saw a beautiful, sparkling butterfly.
Make this butterfly fly away. It is mocking my sorrow.
Now the second phase of the magic began. Her human emotions slowly started fading from her mind. She began to forget what crying meant. She began to forget what her mother's fragrance was. She no longer remembered whether she was Zarish or just a drifting gust of wind. The color of her eyes, which was once a deep green, had now turned completely blue and empty. She now enjoyed flying in the winds because she had forgotten what the comfort of walking on the earth felt like. She had joined the very group of fairies whom she once used to watch with longing. Years passed. The king died. The palace turned abandoned. But that fairy still comes to the same rooftop.
At the foothills of Kohekaf lives a fairy who is the most beautiful of all.
But if you look into her eyes, it feels as if she is searching for someone she herself does not even know.
She did become free, but she lost herself. And when a person loses themselves, even the vastness of the universe cannot give them peace.
Even today, if you listen closely, you can hear a sad whisper in the wind.
This story teaches us that, in the desire to gain what we don't have, a person often loses everything that already truly belongs to them.